What's going on, everyone? I know it's been a while, but it's Tay with Spectacular Gadgets, and today I want to tell you that I was able to walk into my local Costco and pick up the Nintendo Switch 2. Walk in, walk out, no pre order. If you decide to go to Costco and buy the bundle, which includes the console, Mario Kart, and a 12-month individual online subscription with an expansion pack, that's going to cost you $524.99. And depending on what state you're in, my sales tax is 6%. So it was $556 when everything was all done. If you are picking one up from Costco, and I'm pretty sure some of the other retailers are doing this as well, it is only one Nintendo Switch per member, and then you have to wait 7 days to pick up another one. So if you go in today, you can only get one on that membership card that you have, and then as you know, they'll know because of your membership number, you'll have to wait 7 days. So when I went in, there were a few people grabbing a few of those cards to get more than one, and a lot of the Costco workers were telling them you can only get one per member. So just a heads up. And before I forget, I was able to pick mine up, the walk in and walk out, on launch day. I didn't have to wait Friday. I actually walked in, was able to get it, and I'm pretty excited because my fear was when I was trying to get the PlayStation 5, I had to wait months upon months before I could pick one up. This wasn't like that. I guess Nintendo did their homework. They did everything to make sure people could just go and get theirs. Sorry, scalpers.
Spectacular Gadgets.
Here we go. Now here's what it looks like when you get your Switch 2 bundle from Costco. So they keep it in the brown box, and they also let the employees know not to unbundle the bundle. So just to keep everything inside this brown box, there's no need to open it. I personally like the fact that it was in this packaging. That way when I took it from the store to the car, it just looked like it could have been your typical Costco bulk item, you know what I mean? The only people that would actually know that it was the Switch 2 were the people that purchased the Switch 2. With this Costco bundle, I get the 12-month individual online subscription plus expansion pack, which is included with your purchase. I'm currently actually set up with the family online subscription, which I'm going to need to renew in September. Since I can't stack this, maybe I'll just cancel the family online subscription and redeem this so that it doesn't go to waste. Or probably when I cancel it, I'll go ahead and redeem this individual one, then switch it back to family online, and hopefully they'll go ahead and just give me that discount of the individual. Hopefully that works like that. And lastly, we have the Switch 2, and there is nothing else in this box. First thing I want to bring to your attention is that my box does have a seal. I know that some people were saying theirs didn't have a seal, so when people are trying to sell these and say they're new, it's going to be hard to kind of tell. But I'm good to go here. On this side, we have a picture of the Switch 2 with the Joy-Cons. And then on this side, we have that we do have the Mario Kart World game included. It is a digital download. It is not a physical copy of the game, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm glad that actually I got the bundle and I got it from Costco, because with this device being in the brown box and then in this box, I don't have the issue that some people were having with other retailers with them stapling their receipts to the box, which then in return damaged the screen. So as you see, my screen is good to go. Here we have 7.9 inches for the display. Also be aware that there is a protective film on this screen, so please do not peel it. It's kind of similar to the protective film they had on the original Samsung Fold. People were peeling them off and ruining their display. Just like the screen, the Joy-Cons for the Switch 2 are obviously larger. They do bring upgraded features such as improved grip, plus they have the longer left and right outside shoulder buttons and wider left side and right side internal shoulder buttons. Use these two buttons to release the Joy-Cons from the Switch 2 screen. They no longer have the rails that you have to slide them on, so this is just an easy way to release the Joy-Cons. You'll need to scratch the bottom of the card to redeem your code so you can download your Mario Kart World game. Next up, you have some reading material. This is your health and safety information and usage guidelines. They also have included your HDMI cable, these are your Joy-Con straps. You'll notice on both ends of this accessory it is smooth and flat. This allows you to transform the Joy-Cons into a mouse if you enjoy playing games like that.
Spectacular gadgets.
If you plan on using the Joy-Con grip, do note you will have to remove those Joy-Con straps to be able to connect it to the Joy-Con grip. So please make sure you remove that before trying to connect it, because you really won't be able to. Once you remove the back of the dock from the bottom, you'll notice there are 3 ports, Type-C, HDMI, and in the corner you'll have an Ethernet port.
Spectacular gadgets.
Let's take a look at this kickstand. It does have a wide U-shaped kickstand that actually spans from the entire rear width, and it gives you several positions to be able to place the Switch 2 down on a tabletop. I actually like it because I am coming from the original Switch that just had that little flimsy kickstand off to one of the sides, and I just never felt it was sufficient enough. Just for size comparison, I wanted to have the Switch 2 against all the other handhelds that I own, with the Switch Lite on the bottom being the smallest out of the group. But the Steam Deck, which is here, actually has a case on it that has a pretty decent kickstand. I love this case for the kickstand.
Spectacular gadgets.
Let me just jump in and say that you can do this transfer right now at setup, or you can do it at a later time if you need to. If you're going to be using an SD card, make sure you're using the Express branded micro SD cards. I'm turning on my old Switch to get the transfer started, and then you're going to follow the prompts from the Switch 2, and then you're going to make sure that both devices are pretty close together, and you're going to follow the prompts on the screen. had to plug in the old switch into a power source, so that is why you see the Anchor battery to the right. The transfer has completed, and the amount of time that it takes for the transfer to finish will depend upon the amount of games that you have on your system. I'm gonna go ahead and test out the dock. My Switch 2 will probably mostly live in the dock. So I'm setting up the cables right now, and all you do is take off that back plate and use the cable management that they gave you, slide the switch in, and you'll see that I have the switch hooked up to one of my little monitors, and I have the Joy-Con grips. I'm going to remove the Joy-Cons off of the console and just go ahead and place them on the grip. Now, this is not a Switch 2 game, obviously. This is just one of my favorite games that I like to play. And you can see it plays no issues. I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of gameplay of how it's going to function using the dock on this LG monitor. And I'm using the Joy-Con grip. But basically, when I play my games and the system is docked, I actually like to and prefer to use the Pro Controller at all times. It's rare that I actually use the device handheld. I guess with this bigger Switch, with my Switch 2 now, I'll probably start trying to use it handheld again. But if you ask me, my favorite way to play is going to definitely be the Pro Controller over everything.
Spectacular gadgets.
Now to play the game in handheld mode, and I'm gonna say that it is thin. It is nice to have this bigger screen, but what I will say, being a Steam Deck user as well, even though the Steam Deck is a little bigger and a little thicker, especially around the sides, the way that the Steam Deck has been made, it actually just lays in your hand, so it just feels a little more comfortable. Right now we're taking a look at outside visibility, and you can see it is kind of reflective. This is a partly sunny day that we're out here, and I'm sure if you can find yourself an anti-reflective screen protector to put over this, it should make your life a little easier. Take a look at the level of brightness that I have the system set at, so I can decrease and increase it to the max, and here is what it looks like. If you plan on using the new chat feature on the Switch 2, I'm just going to go ahead and go through how to set it up. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends right now that actually has the system, but I'm going to at least show you the menus and what you have to look forward to when you're trying to set it up.
Gadgets. Spectacular gadgets.
Once you set it up, it'll give you a list of your friends, and you can toggle who you want to be able to chat with, and you can go ahead and change that at any time that you want. So this is the chat list, and then let's go ahead and take a look at the settings and see what they have in there. And again, this is how you can go ahead and click on the friends that you want to chat with and those that you don't want to use this feature with. The new chat feature isn't just audio, but it is video as well. So what I'm doing is connecting a few of my cameras that I have, and I'm connecting it to the top because that's where you'll need to go ahead and plug in any USB camera that you're using. Go to settings, and then you're going to go down to where it says controllers and accessories. Once you're in there, you're going to have to go down a little bit, scroll down until you see, where is it? It's test USB camera. But you can also, if you do have the Nintendo Switch camera, you can go ahead and test that. They're updated. I don't have one because I have several cameras laying around that should be able to do the job. So as you see, I do have this plugged in to the Switch, and we'll see in a second the light will come on, but it is not reading the camera. As you see, it is picking up the camera as a USB mic, but not as a camera. I connected my OnePlus 13, but you're going to need another adapter to make this one work as a webcam. So this one didn't work as well, but I just wanted to show you. I wanted to try straight directly to the Type-C port. Next, I wanted to try my most favorite camera in the world, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And normally when I plug this device in, what it'll do is turn on, and then it will ask me, do I want to do a file transfer or use it as a webcam? And as you see, again, the Switch 2 is not reading that this thing is plugged in. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off, and we're going to go ahead and try one more camera. This is the Osbot. I can't remember what this model is, but I love this one because it does follow you. It has like face detection, so it will follow you. And let me show you that it is on. You see the green light. It's on a gimbal. It's a really good camera. So no, it's a no-go. It's not reading it. So then I had the idea, okay, let me try to connect these cameras on the dock. So I plug in the cameras just to see if maybe I can get it to work on the dock. And I'll try the Osbot again. And so I have a Type A to Type C. The Type C is going into the camera, and the Type A is on the dock, and I'm not getting a reading. So as you see, these are some of the cameras that I did try. I even tried the GoPro just to see. I'll place the Switch 2 back in the dock, and we'll make sure it's connected. You'll see the monitor come on for a second. Okay, now this is the camera that I'm going to set up. This is the JLab webcam. It's a pretty affordable camera. I forgot I had this one, but I'm going to plug this Type A directly into the dock. So you see my monitor to the top left, and when I plug it in, I don't even have to test it. You see that it works. So of all the cameras that I have, this one actually was able to work. So it does work if you want to use a non-Nintendo branded camera. I just don't know. I'm going to need to have a list of the compatible cameras to the ones that are not compatible. It would help out a lot. So in order for me to use the device without the dock, I'm going to need this adapter, Type A to Type C. I'll plug in the Type A into the adapter, and then I'll plug the adapter directly into the top of the Switch 2. Doing that will allow me, again, to use the JLab camera. So as you see, it works. And you don't necessarily have to buy the Nintendo cameras, but you would have to go through all the webcams that you have to see which one of yours are compatible. If you're going to be using this in handheld mode, you might want to sometimes pair it up with a pair of wireless earbuds. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and pair your earbuds with your system. Just go ahead to the settings tab, go down to the Bluetooth audio option, and then go ahead and say pair device. So I'm just going to open the lid of my earbuds. These are the Soundcore VRP10s, I believe. Right now it's searching. It has found the VRP10s. I'll hit connect, and just like that, it has connected to the earbuds. I'll go ahead and remove the right bud and place it in my ear to make sure that I can actually hear the sounds of the Switch 2, and I can confirm I totally can hear any audio from this device. A quick way to pair and unpair your Bluetooth devices is to simply hold down the home button, scroll down to the bottom, and select the device you want to pair or unpair. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to chill with me as we go through this journey. And until next time, everyone, I want you all to have a spectacular day. Later.
Spectacular gadgets.